won't be like mad, but I'll be like super irritated because my body just like feels nasty and like weird and shit. You feel me?
Yeah, no, I do feel that.
But it's like, it's fun. Like if you're like real drunk and you like take a bump to like come back.
Yeah.
It's like, it'll bring you back, you know. It's like good for social. Like say you're in the club and you're like trying to dance your ass off. Someone has a little cocaine. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not gonna not do it.
You're not gonna not do cocaine.
You know, give me that and I'm gonna go kill the dance floor for like 5 minutes, you know, until like I fucking run all that shit out of me.
I feel.
You know, like I definitely believe that there's like good times for it, but it's just not a drug for me. That's because it's so expensive and you have to keep doing it constantly.
I prefer it in like a more natural form, like maybe like derived from the coca leaf a little bit better than how they derive it right now. Because they use like gasoline, they use a lot of like fucked up ingredients. But I mean, if you look at the way they distill, like resin basically,
like live resin shit or what?
Well, yeah, but like basically how they get dab and shit, like that's like they use fucked up materials then too.
I mean, it's butane.
Yeah.
There's a
natural
way to do it.
You gotta hope that they pull it out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can just press it. You know what I'm saying? You can just press it and get live resin like that.
Someone that's made like. I made a lot of wax in my day, like a lot. Like I used to like whip up ounces of like good dank and then sell wax. Okay. Like I just had like a nice like tube extractor. You just fill it up, put the little filter on it, and then there'll be like a little hole at the end, like this big. At the very end of it, you put your butane bottle right there, and you just fucking press it, and it just like pushes the butane through.
Yeah.
And then it all just leaks out.
I
you know, yeah. But it's like. There's cleaner ways to do it.
Yeah, there's cleaner
But I believe that that's like the strongest way to get your wax. And the reality is, it should be strong. It's probably going to have a little fucking butane in it.
Yeah, but that's not what you want for yourself.
I'm not saying that that's what you want, but I'm just saying like
there's different ways to get it.
There's definitely.
Yeah,
you can use like a honey extractor. There's all kinds of different ways to do it.
With current technology, or like with the technology that you had, that was the reality. You know what I'm saying? But we have to like develop better ways to get the shit, yeah.
Because, I mean, you continually smoke butane, you know, that's just not going to be good for you. You're gonna
die.
Not
for your lungs, bro. You're just going to go cripple.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. Because, like, you can definitely get all the butane out of it, even if you whip it with butane. But it's going to take, like, over a day process. Because it just, like, slowly has to come out on its own. We used to make a lot of wax, bro. Because I used to sell, like, a lot of weed, like, pounds and stuff. So I would just, like get my shake. Yeah. And then I would just whip it all in the wax. And I would just smoke the wax. And then just sell all the weed. So I wasn't smoking my tree.
Yeah. You know?
It worked out because, I mean, it takes longer to smoke wax than it does weed.
I feel. But you also have to use more weed to get the wax. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's only X amount of wax per weed. Per bud or whatever.
You can probably get like 10 grams of wax off of an ounce.
Yeah, that seems about right. That's like a 2.8 to 10 or 28 to 10
right
ratio.
There.
Yeah.
You might get a little bit less, but right around there is a very, very.
But you don't have to smoke a gram of fucking butt wax to get you high. You can smoke.
I mean, it would take me longer to smoke 10 grams of wax than it would to smoke an ounce of weed.
Oh shit. Okay.
Personally.
Yeah.
I mean, look how we smoke. We smoke blunts.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
No matter what. And it doesn't even matter if it's blunts. If it's joints, it'd be the same thing. You know? Like, if we was over here, like, hitting bongs and shit, like, constantly, and, like, pipes and all that, then I would say probably the other way around. But we roll up everything we smoke.
Do you think pipes, you use weed faster?
I think you can serve weed.
Yeah, oh. Wait.
I'm saying if I used a pipe, it would take me longer.
Oh, even longer than I get what you're saying. I thought you said
I would smoke.
Yeah.
You feel me? I would smoke the wax before I smoked the ounce.
I thought you meant you would use pipes. More, but yeah. You would take longer, yeah.
Like, I'm the kind of guy that likes to put quarters on the pipe. Like, after, you know,
quarters?
like say you're hitting the pipe.
Oh, and then
you, like,
to
fucking put it right on top.
Yeah,
like, that's the kind of, like, that's just, like, the kind of shit that I do. Like, it's just, like.
You feel like that's because where you came up? You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
It's just, like, probably hard. Like, I was taught
how hard was it to get weed out there?
Over and over. It wasn't hard, but it like
to get good weed though. When did you start getting good weed in Houston, or like you found some Joe out there?
I was selling high grade ass weed
High
for
grade?
like 5 years before I even moved here.
Okay.
But the thing is, I was getting my shit shipped from Cali.
Oh,
So I was
okay.
the
So
big plug
you
where
were
I
the
lived.
big. Oh, okay.
Because
okay,
I was
okay.
direct.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I wasn't
yeah.
going through some other drug dealer in
Yeah,
town.
yeah, exactly. Okay. How big? How big was the town?
15,000?
Damn, that ain't shit, bro.
No.
That's like my high school. There was 900 kids.
That was
You
the
know
whole
what I'm saying?
town. That
That's
was
in
the
the
whole
whole
town that I was trapping out of.
There's 900 kids in my whole high school. Yeah.
I
That
bet
no,
that makes
my
more-
bad. My graduating class.
That
900.
makes more sense to
Yeah,
me.
my graduating class is 900. I'm tripping. But yeah. So school probably had like 3,000, 4,000 kids type shit. And that
That's
was
a
like,
lot.
that's like 1/3 of your
That's
whole
a
town.
third of the whole town.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, bro. See, I don't understand that. Like, I've only lived in big ass places. I've only lived in Houston.
So like my hometown is like, it's a very interesting place. Hot Springs, where the Mountain Valley water's from.
Yeah.
Like that's not where I was trapping. I was trapping up like North Arkansas by Fayetteville, like by the University of Arkansas where the Razorbacks are.
Okay.
That's where I was trapping, like by there, but in like a side town. But where I'm from, there's like 40,000 people that live in the town, but between like because Hot Springs, it's a humongous tourist attraction.
Yeah.
So we have the only casino and racetrack in Arkansas. And it's legit. So people come there, you know. They have like an official derby there. Like important people come every year for the derby and stuff. And then on top of that, we have the historic downtown with the hot, like, because the water comes straight out of the ground, you know, the hot water. It's like a natural spring.
Yeah.
Like, the whole town itself is a national park. So it's like a natural spring. So they have like a whole bunch of bathhouses. And then they have a humongous water park and theme park that's like, it's not like fucking Six Flags size, but there's more than you can do in a whole day.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay.
Like it's big.
Okay.
Like it's like it's like the biggest thing. Like thousands of people that live in the town work there. You feel me?
So that's okay.
But so like during the winter, there's 40,000 people there that live there. But in the summer, it fucking bounces up to over 200,000 because of the fucking tourism. Like
in Hot Springs.
Like so whenever I lived there before I worked here, at a point I worked at a hotel and like I came up in that shit, became front desk manager and shit. So like I was just like working with like doing like reservations and all this shit.
Yeah.
And like in the summer, every single room at every single hotel in the entire town is
gonna be booked. Yeah.
every single night. Like you have to have reservations, or else you're gonna be sleeping in your fucking car,
I feel.
or you're gonna be like breaking off like $200.
Will they sleep? Like, and the main thing is just like getting in touch with some natural water.
Yeah, but I mean the town itself is surrounded by lakes.
Okay. Is there mountains? Like okay, there's mountains. Okay.
Hiking's humongous, you know, all that shit.
Yeah.
It's like nothing. Like every single thing to do in that town is outdoorsy shit.
Oh, okay.
And it's like.
It's not no Main Event, Dave and Buster's.
No, nothing like that. It's all
like
natural.
that.
Like
Yeah.
you're in this historic downtown with fucking mountains like carved into the sides of the. You know, it's like it's nasty.
Stuff like that.
It's super fucking dope.
I feel
place.
that. That's pretty interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out. Cause I fuck with shit like that. I went to Denver one time, and I hiked to this waterfall, and I liked it. You know, I like doing shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be inside like.
That's like all it is in Hot Springs. Like everything you do is outside.
Breathe some natural air. Breathe some real air.
I mean, there's real forests out there and shit. You know, you go get lost in a forest if you want to. Like it's not like you know you walk through some trees and then there's more streets. You know, it's like you can really get out there. But the big thing is being on the lake there.
Being on the lake?
Yeah, being on the lake. Because there's two different lakes. So the water, it's lake. There's a Lake Ouachita, and this lake it used to be the third cleanest lake in America. I think it's now the fourth cleanest lake. But that's
what's number one? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But like they have a sign and everything.
Yeah.
Talking about it. But that's like.
Do you think
Lake
they changed the
Ouachita,
sign? After?
Yeah, they would change it.
Damn.
They change it like every 5 years because these fools are trying to come up. You know, they want to be number one. But that's like the water that Mountain Valley, you know, that everyone, you know, Dose and all these fools are so obsessed with. Like that shit's just in the lake, bro. You know, like they give that Mountain Valley water out for free in Hot Springs.
You drink that water for free?
Yeah. Completely for free.
We need to go there with you,
with
bro.
all the magnesium and the pH and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like, they break it down for you and show you exactly what's in it, and that shit's fucking coming out of your fucking faucets, bro.
Out of your faucets.
Out of
It
your
just depends what
faucets.
your pipes are made out of.
I mean, that would make a difference, but, like, you can also go, they have, like, pumps, like, near the Mountain Valley Center.
Yeah.
And you can, like, go
I would
fill up
just
any
lay under
jugs
it.
and it's all free.
I will wash my dick in it, bro.
You can if you want.
I'm gonna wash my dick in some Mountain
as
Valley
long as
water,
the cop
bro.
don't see you for pulling your cock out in public.
Bro, I'm gonna have a towel around me.
But that's the reality. Like, people come there, bro. Like, I met people from Europe that just found this place on the internet and came because they heard that the water heals you. Just pulled up, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm here. You know, like, I'm
Yeah,
not
so-
who you thought you were
yeah.
gonna meet once you got here.
So
like,
you drank some water that was like good for you from your birth. You was on some dumb.
I mean,
water.
I didn't live there that much. Like, I lived there for a.
That's one oh man.
I lived like that was my home station.
Yeah.
Like, I would leave to go do other shit in different states and different places, and if that failed, I'd come back, regroup, and then go back. You
What do
feel
you
me?
mean?
Like,
Home station was Hot Springs.
that's where my family's
but
at.
but you would like hit up the other small towns in Arkansas.
I would go, like, I lived in Tennessee, in Chattanooga,
Ooh, okay.
for like 2 years, right out of high school.
Yeah.
And then after that, I like ended up fucking getting kicked out of college because I got into some shit.
What college did you go to?
It was a Christian university out there. It's called Southern Adventist University.
That's crazy, bro. You went to a Christian anyway.
I went to a fucking Christian.
That's funny, bro.
Dude, I've only been in public school 1 year of my entire life.
Where'd
I'm
you
not
go the
lying
other?
to you.
I know, I believe you. Where'd you go the other years?
So, I was born here in Houston.
Yeah.
I lived here till I was 9.
Okay.
My mom had me in a Christian school here. I don't know what it was, but I just know it was a Christian school.
Yeah.
We moved to Arkansas to take care of my grandma and grandpa because they were getting old. She put me into public school my 2nd grade year.
2nd grade year. So you only went first grade public
Kindergarten, preschool, kindergarten, and 1st grade was all private school.
Private.
2nd grade was my first year in Arkansas. I got into this like big fight. Like there was like 20 kids that got into this big fight, and I just happened to be one of them.
Yeah.
And my mom.
Do you
was
remember
like,
what it was over?
I can't even remember. We were in 2nd grade, you know.
That's crazy.
But like I was already hanging out with some kids that my mom wasn't fucking with. Like I was hanging out with this one little kid that his brother got locked up for like 30 years because he called a taxi and then shot the dude in the head with a shotgun and robbed him. You know? And like I hung out with his little brother. Like that was my best friend.
Damn.
You know, so my mom was like, this ain't cutting it. So my 3rd grade year, she put me into Hot Springs Adventist School. And I went to Hot Springs Adventist School from 3rd grade to 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved up to where Fayetteville is, and I went to the Adventist Prep School from 9th grade to 12th grade. And then after 12th grade, I moved to Tennessee. I went to freshman and sophomore year of college at the Adventist University.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I ended up getting kicked out because they drug tested me the day after 420. And
Why?
like I was still fucking
Who
high.
did?
The fucking school.
Why?
Like the dormitory.
Why?
Just because they thought that people were smoking weed, so they like tested a whole bunch of people.
I'd be like, you can suck my dick.
But you gotta realize, like, it's a Christian school.
Yeah, I'd be like, you can still suck my dick.
I mean, that'd be like,
Jesus
okay.
didn't make no weed?
I feel it, bro, but it's just rules, man. Like, they don't care. They're just gonna kick you out. So they gave me an option. They said I would have to go through like a 30-day drug rehab program if I wanted to come
Where'd
back
you
to
drop
that
out?
school. And I said, fuck that. I just didn't go back.
I feel it.
So I moved back to Hot Springs. And I lived there a year.
Yeah.
And then I moved back up to Northwest Arkansas, where the University of Arkansas is. And I went to this Christian university called John Brown University.
Mm-hmm.
I went there a year.
What's up with you in Christian universities, bro?
It's just because, like, everyone that's in my family back in Arkansas are really Christian people.
Okay.
So, like, at these younger years, like, all of my advice, people were telling me to go here. You feel me?
Okay,
They weren't saying, go to the Razorback University. You know, they weren't saying that. They were saying, go to the Christian university.
Okay.
Because all these people knew that, like, I was low-key, like, on the verge of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And I think they were all just trying to save me.
They were just,
And it's like I just kept fucking doing bad shit at these Christian schools.
Mm-hmm.
So after that school, that's whenever, like, my 2nd semester there, I started selling weed. And then after that year, you know, I sold weed for like 5 years
so,
straight.
like, they tried to send you to these schools to help you, but it just, you know.
Because, I mean, the reality is, like, I'm me, and I've always been me.
Yeah.
I've just been me in these scenarios.
Do you wish you would rather have gone to the Razorback University?
Fuck yeah.
Right?
Because, one, it would have been completely cool to just live and be normal.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't have had no fucking Christian pressure on you, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm already trying to, like, figure out how to be a man. Never had a dad. I'm 18 years old. And they're, you know, 18, 19, and they're like, you gotta come to these fucking worships 3 times a week. And you have to be in the fucking dorm by 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you're over 18 years old. Like, shit like this. And I was, like, wigging, you know? Like, it was just too much.
Yeah,
So
I wouldn't
just,
fuck
like,
with
broke.
it either, bro. That's why I wouldn't
broke.
go to Christian community, because they want you to go to service, and I'm like, bro, I don't like believe in the guy that you believe
The
in. Bro.
service isn't really the bad thing. I feel the whole. Yeah, I feel you saying that you don't believe in that, but